We could sit on one of those stairs.
Let's do it. Hey, we are live. We're talking about trend spotting and more homeowners staying put, how that should affect your marketing. And we're hoping it's a live discussion today because we're learning about this too. And we want to hear what you have to say. How are you changing your marketing right now based on the fact that more people are staying put? So I'll give you the stat. Over the past 2 years, there's more equity in homes. Apparently, supposedly, that should fuel 12 years of spending, the total addressable market's total size. We're talking about why did this happen though? I guess is a good question.
Mm-hmm.
Why are more people staying put? The first thing is that obviously the interest rates are higher. And so how do we market to homeowners that are hanging out instead of moving? I think, interestingly enough, I mean, we're talking about in some markets like HVAC and stuff like that, 20% decrease in like just total boxes moved kind of thing. And in every home service or a lot of home service industries, it really is, it goes up in a way because when you move into a new place, you're more apt to make other purchases because you know, maybe the last homeowner put off like replacing the water heater, but you might actually just take on that project. So there is a little bit of like a, we got the man himself, Chad Michael.
We're live.
Who are we talking to?
We're talking to social media. We're talking about
Who's that?
How more homeowners are staying put, and how that affects people's buying behavior out there in the world. Because a lot of times they take care of home improvement projects because they moved into a new house and they're like, oh, I should do this, I should do that. So how do you think it might change? Like, let's say because of you know, interest rates and things like that, people are staying put. How do you think that would affect their buying behavior?
As far so they're staying put.
Yeah, in their own,
like not moving.
They're not moving, so they're not in their. They're not going to a new house.
Well, I think they want to make improvements to the space that they're going to be at, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's,
and they have more equity. That's what we're seeing and
yeah.
saying here is that essentially, like in 2 years, the average homeowner is getting like $80K in equity that they could maybe parlay into some improvements.
It's a no-brainer.
Yeah,
it's an exciting time for home improvement contractors for sure.
All right. Well, thank you. And by the way, what are your next few cities?
Dallas is September coming up, beginning of September, and then Denver.
Can you do a succinct pitch for our audience as far as people that would like roofers that are watching that might come to your stuff?
Roofers?
Yeah.
Well, I think it's game changing. I do. So if they work on anything insurance related at all, then I believe that they can learn some tactics at our events that thousands of contractors have actually done over the past 5 years. And so we're getting back the feedback now and seeing how they've implemented those tactics and help them to neutralize the insurance adjuster. I think that's the major challenge is the insurance adjusters are constantly fighting us and pushing us down, saying we're not going to pay for that. The policy doesn't owe for that. The policy doesn't cover that. Constantly pushing our prices and our worth down. But also we're not able to do the job we should be able to do for the homeowner, for the client themselves. So it's a big benefit to be able to learn how to neutralize the insurance adjusters to win approval on a lot of these items without having to refer it out to a public adjuster or an attorney or some kind of an appraisal process. I think the contractor actually is the one that has the most power.
And you give a lot of specific language, which I like about your training, about what they should, exactly what to say to better represent the homeowner and your company. I mean, as the contractor, I was hired to do all repairs prescribed by the claim.
Yeah, that's right.
Can you give that full line for us?
Yeah, I was hired as the contractor to perform all repairs that are prescribed by the insurance claim. And I'll add to that for the total approved replacement cost value.
Hey, and if I'm a adjuster, just to make sure, like this is going to be a simple one, right? We're not going to get beat up with you guys, but on supplements or something like that.
So I just advocate, pushing them to approve as much as they are going to approve
Mhm.
and paying as much as they're going to pay. But not getting ourselves stalemated and lock horns with an adjuster to where we feel like we can't go any further on this. We have a disagreement where we can't go any further. I think you take the approval that's there, the coverage that they are offering it up, take it off the table along with the money, taking it off the table, and then just going right back to them again. Because the reality is, chances are you're not even going to be dealing with that same adjuster again in the first place. And that's another thing we try to teach is how to do that, how to get it to a desk adjuster, to another route.
Yeah.
Not ever going back to the same field adjuster. Sometimes they'll refer back to the same field adjuster, but make them do that, not you do that. Right. So,
well, absolutely. I just want to say, go to these events. Chad Michael events are dope.
come on.
They're all over the country. He's kind of got an ongoing tour, and the rooms are filled up, and probably filled up with your competitors. So figure it out and get there. Yeah.
Meet those competitors.
Yeah. What up? What up? What up?
Hey guys, take
Hello.
it easy.
So we're doing a live right
doing a
now.
live.
We're talking about, so the question is more home. So the trend that's happening is more homeowners are staying put because
Longer
of
term.
equity rates, or like because of
Huge.
interest rates and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So the question is, how is that going to affect their home improvement decisions? How do you think that's affecting them right now as you're talking to them?
I mean, I think they're doing more. I just talked to somebody last night about staying in their house, and the roof claim is only a portion of it, and they're going to blast out the back of the house and go up a story. So the with the rates being what they are, a little elevated, that's a problem. But buying a new house is way too expensive.
Yeah.
So they're staying and improving what they currently have.
We don't want to work for builders anyways,
Builder rates, right?
But that's cool. Add-ons.
Yeah.
So one of the big things is going to be add-ons, adding on a room, adding on a Four Seasons porch,
Enhancing the house
enhancing the house.
for sure.
So that's a huge trend. How do you think that affects your go-to-market sales and marketing if you had to throw?
From us in the restoration world,
Yeah.
the insurance world, it's slowing everything down. So that's a problem.
Yeah.
So, I mean, sorry to interrupt your
Oh, no,
your
this is
live,
good.
Tim.
This is good. This is good perspective. I
Yeah.
think we went into this with only a few bullet points. So any more bullet points you got are great.
Mortgages are elevated.
Yeah.
Some houses in certain markets are going for 20% over asking sometimes, right?
Mhm.
Some are, but some are sitting. So it's just it's hard to anticipate the guy that I talked to last night telling me, we're going to use you as a roofer, but we're not doing it now.
Yeah.
And because he's like, we're going to increase the size of our cabin. I was up at Cross Lake yesterday.
Yeah.
So that's a problem for us because
Slowing stuff down a little bit.
a lot.
We
We still have all of our projects, but some of the certain level of customers are taking advantage of using the money that they have and doing better things. So in the long run, if you can sit on top of the project for longer, you may make more money.
There you go.
Right?
No, I like that.
So there's always the positive side.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Appreciate that perspective.
See you, Tim.
Yes, see you, dude.
Alan Foster.
Oh, you're out? Are you out?
Yeah, I got stuff.
All right,
I
buddy.
got customers.
Oh yeah, go sell some stuff instead of coming to training.
I bet this is my third time to one of Chad's events.
Wow.
So Florida and Chicago.
Can you do the line?
Which one?
As the contractor, I was hired to do all repairs.
All of the repairs on the scope of work. And the other line is when can you supplement? Until you're done working. There's more supplements. There's always more supplements.
Yeah.
Right? Ever. Always.
Absolutely. Thank you, sir.
Have at it, guys.
Thanks.
Yeah.
See you soon.
All right. So let me see if I can get
Back
through
to the
some
bullet
of our
points.
other bullet points here. It's fun to include other people for sure. One of the things that I had as a bullet point here, I just want to talk about increasing property value and comfort. How did he put it? He said it's like add-ons and upgrades, essentially like moving into that space versus like, if you're planning on being there another 5 years, 10 years, versus if you were trying to be there 1 year, you're going for the cheap route. But maybe if you want to be there 10 years, because it's just not the right time to change, maybe you're willing to spend a little bit more. So that's a positive, if there is a positive there.
Or like if I was moving and I know I needed to replace my water heater, or I was going to sell my house, I would probably just do the cheapest option. But if it's going to be for me and it's going to affect my comfort, I'm probably going to make it a little bit nicer.
Absolutely. Thinking about it as an investment, right? The statistic is the typical homeowner gained approximately $80,000 in home equity over the past 2 years, which can basically be a substantial resource for funding home improvements. So home equity loans and things like that. And you could kind of coach them through that if they really don't have the money or whatever. We've got leveraging local SEO. So we always talk about this, but I think it makes more sense if people are staying put to local landing pages on your website. The cities around you, our stuff. Yeah, we can do it after lunch. Yep. Sydney is talking at this event.
Yes, I am, about how to make your website a lead magnet.
And one of those major things is local landing pages. I do want to note here, we do this for people. You should do this. You should have a page on each of your locations around you. The little cities, the big cities, all the cities should have a location page. It serves as bait out there on the internet for each of those cities when people are searching locally. And right now, if you work with Hook Agency,
on all three services, you get 20 additional location landing pages to dominate your local market. So people that are staying put and want to do upgrades to their existing home because they're going to spend more time there can find you, because we want them to be able to find the best contractors, and so they don't end up just going with Chuck in the truck or whatever, Stan in the van. Never heard Stan in the van.
All right, I'll let you take number. I just made it up. I think I'll let you take number 3.
Highlight financing options. I think as I'm talking about financing and talking about people's websites, most people offer financing, right? But they're not talking about it. So if I am looking at somebody's website and I know personally I can't afford to do a 10K project, but I can finance it. And even if I can afford to do a 10K project, sometimes it's just easier to finance it. I can keep that money on hand for other things. I think it's like, about 39% of consumers prefer to use financing options for large purchases, especially for home improvements. So again, even if they maybe do have that money on hand, what if something happens? What if my car breaks down? I need to go get new tires. I want to have some of that money on hand. I want to be able to use a financing option. So showcase that on your site. Talk about financing, how easy it is for people to actually get approved. And then people are probably a little bit more likely to want to spend that money.
So if you guys have any, comment below. How do you think that people staying put, which is happening more and more right now, this is a trend in the home services industry, is affecting your sales and your marketing? How is this changing the way you're selling to people? And it will add value to the other people watching this. And I really appreciate everyone joining, and I hope you guys have an amazing, amazing day. Here's the thumbnail I made for this. And here's our outro.
Hook better leave.
Bye, guys.